Alright guys, so if you saw the last episode, you saw that we got our boat in the water finally and here in Ponderay. So now we just want to give you a little boat tour. Welcome aboard. So we'll just start right here in the galley and I'll kind of give you a little walkthrough. The first thing, very cool that we didn't have in our old boat was that we have a stove, a natural gas 2-burner and a gimbal stove. So when you're underway, this thing locks in or kind of moves in place with the boat, so you don't have to worry about anything spilling over when you're cooking. The second thing is a really deep refrigerator. We only had an ice box in our last one, but we can control the temperatures. Lots of storage in these two areas. This whole boat is awesome because it just has so much storage. Plenty of silverware and drawers for anything else you really need. So we also have a really deep double sink. We do have a hot water tank, so we can actually pull hot water through here to wash our dishes or even when we take a shower. We also have a foot pump so we can pull water from the lake as well. So under here is where the hot water tank is, as well as a small trash can. But over on this side, we have lots of storage, like as I mentioned, so we can put our pots, pans, napkins, bowls, anything that is bigger and just isn't gonna fit in the kitchen or in the galley. On this side, we have utensils, Ziplocs, cleaning supplies, extra toilet paper. So there's really, again, no issues for finding space. All right, so this is our nav station. Under here, we keep a lot of our junk, so it's kind of like a junk drawer / nav station where we keep some of our stuff. Does anybody else have a junk drawer on their boat? I feel like it's kind of necessary. This is our panel. This is kind of where we can control everything on the boat, from our running lights to our anchor lights outside, any of our cabin lights and refrigerator, the stereo to turn on. It basically holds it all. This is the system. And then here as well, we can also see the status of our batteries, where they're at charge and if they're getting low. We're really excited about the thermostat. We have a diesel heater on this boat, and so this is going to be really nice in the winter time to warm the boat up when we go out for our lake cruises when it's really cold. VHF radio and just our standard radio. We want to be able to put Bluetooth on this so that we can actually pull music from our phones, but just currently it has the radio, which is fine. Okay, so moving on, we have a bunch of storage on this boat, as I've mentioned before. So underneath these cushions and behind them, there's going to be storage there. And then underneath our port side settee, we have our black water holding tank. So that's where the toilet kind of pumps everything through. Under this one, Will keeps all of his tools under here. So just more storage. And then we also have storage throughout here. These are pretty deep. We have a bunch of movies currently because we're watching movies on the boat. Anything you can think of, just places to hold stuff and hide them away. Okay, so this side over here on our starboard side, this can pull down into a double berth, and we love it because we can watch movies on it, or you can even sleep a couple more people. But this table here is really cool to us because the boat came from the Puget Sound, so this is a map of the Pacific Northwest. Underneath this settee, we have 4 batteries. So though we try to stay conservative with how much we're using, it's almost not a concern to us that we're gonna run out because we have so many. So underneath this settee, we have our compressor for the refrigerator. And then under there is our freshwater tank. It's just more storage. We haven't had to fill anything with it yet, but I'm sure it will get full pretty soon. So we're really stoked about all the ports that came with this boat. It just allows a lot more air ventilation so it doesn't get stuffy when it's hot outside. Okay, so moving forward, this is our V-berth. Again, this boat just has an endless amount of storage on this side, as well as a small closet. Currently, we just hold a lot of tools and stuff in there, but it could be made into a closet where you can actually hang clothes. Will keeps more of his tools here. This easily and comfortably fits 2 full-size adults. So This is a huge port to allow a lot of airflow coming through. All right, so introducing the head. We have a ton of space in here as well. Our last boat just allowed us to be able to sit, but we always had to crunch down. So now we can actually walk in. There's a ton of head space, but we also have a shower as well. So we can pull this out. Everything's obviously waterproof in here. You can rinse off. I think we'll use it a lot for when we go running on trails and whatnot. And so we're out backpacking and doing things like that. We can come back down to the boat and rinse off. So we're excited about that. All right, so this is the aft berth, or otherwise known as the captain's quarters. Personally, my favorite spot about the whole boat. It's huge. So underneath is a full queen size bed. It is so comfortable, so we've slept on it a few times, and we just have the best night's sleeps of our life. We also have 2 ports here as well. So again, allowing that airflow is wonderful, and being able to like look up at the stars is pretty romantic too. We have some storage behind that mirror there, and then underneath this settee, we have extra parts as well. So we have a 25 horsepower universal diesel engine. Will really likes this because it has great accessibility underneath the stairs here. So he doesn't have to worry about getting crunched into small spaces as much on a boat, but this is kind of his area.
All right, welcome to the cockpit. Tons of room on this boat. We have all Lumar winches on this boat. They all came in really good condition. I'm still gonna service them just to make sure that they're staying up to par. We also have autopilot, auto helm, SD4000, which is really nice. I just recently did a single-handed race just after we got the boat. It was just great to be able to move around in the cockpit. Again, everything's ran aft. It's easy to operate, easy to single hand. So the aft lazarette here, super deep. This is where we keep both of our natural gas tanks that go to the stove. You can have them in an uncontained space like that because the natural gas actually rises. So that's why you can have them out like that. But lots of room down there. We also have a 34-gallon freshwater tank back here, in addition to the 28-gallon in the starboard lazarette, or starboard settee. And then also we have access to our diesel heater down here. Port side lazarette, we just keep random gear in here, some tools, some extra blocks, stuff like that. Just a shallow lazarette. All the lines are already back. Obviously this boat has a lot more sail adjustments than our other boat had. Mainsail, it's got double reef system in it. We have an awesome Cunningham boom vang. We got all the adjustments, so it's really, really cool. So we have all B&G instruments. So our wind, boat speed, depth, everything's right there in front. It's nice when you're sailing, easy to see. They're older, but still B&G, it's a good product. All right, another thing with the big cockpit, it's nice that we have this table. So when we're at anchor and we want to eat out in the cockpit, just fold this table down. It's nice. We need to redo the wood on it, but it's nice to have that. All right, I really like all the room that this boat has. Plenty of room to move forward and aft. Furled head sail, it's about 140% Genoa, and we're pretty stoked. Harkin furler. Our last boat was all Hank on, so we feel pretty spoiled to have the furled head sail. Okay, big forward anchor lockers. We have 2 anchors, tons of road.
That is the tour. Thank you for coming aboard and going along with it with us, and we're excited that you're here. But also, if you have a Catalina 34 or if you have any other information you want to share, if you'd like to know anything more about it, leave a comment below and let us know.